Hi, I'm Paul Lindsell. Here we are in December. It's getting a bit chillier, but we're all looking forward, I hope, to an economically more productive year in 2011. Some of us have all done reasonably well this year as well, which is great news because that's the upward momentum we all want to have. So as we go into next year, I want to leave you with my three top tips for next year. Number one, please don't just go for the web alone. It's so tempting, isn't it? Email is cheap. Doesn't have all those costs of things that you've printed on pieces of paper. And your website, it doesn't cost much to make your website look really good and interactive and all that sort of thing. But it simply won't cut it for you. It's not enough on its own. And do you know what? I'm hearing back from the customer and prospect audiences that we are researching for our clients at the moment, that especially when you've got senior targets, they're saying, oh, stuff I get on the web, yeah, yada yada. I get something over my desk which is nicely presented, which is nicely produced, which has thought behind it. It stands out a mile because most firms are trying to shove everything down the electronic route just because it's cheap. It won't cut it for you. For goodness sake, take advantage of it. But your various techniques all have to work in tandem, and that's through the post, it's maybe through publications, it will be certainly some email, certainly some web activity, but you need a real mixture because we're not monomediacs, none of us. And I mean, none of us actually concentrate on only doing things down one channel. The web's important, but used in tandem with the others. That's number one. Number two, involve sales. So many marketing departments that we've been working with, that our colleague companies have been working with, and I hear this from counterparts the world over, are creating fabulous campaigns, but they haven't got the sales force to buy into it. I'm not saying that you want the sales force or the sales heads to come in and make the creative marketing decisions. Of course not. So you've got to protect that area of it. But let's get them to buy in, because the worst thing, you and I can imagine it, can't we? The worst thing is somebody comes along with something completely ready-made and says, you've never seen this before, but this is what you've got to work with for the next 6 months. So number two, for the new year, let's see more interaction between marketing and sales. Number three, as we go into the new year, please, I beg of you, put some resource into researching your marketplaces. All of our marketplaces are volatile nowadays. They're changing fast. So that little bit of budget that has to go into researching what's going on in those marketplaces, and buying a whole bunch of global analyst reports won't give you this kind of information, is absolutely critical to success. The times, as Bob Dylan said, they are a-changing, rather more now than they were in his day. So keep that research going, do devote the budget to it, and also, as campaigns go out, knowing the volatility of markets at the moment, test. It's the same idea, research and test, research and test. Those are my three tips for the new year. Happy Christmas, Happy New Year, see you next year.